We are back in Lausanne, Switzerland for our continuing coverage of the World Figure Skating Championships presented by MasterCard. Hope you saw the original dance earlier here on ESPN. We now bring you some early portions of the Free Dance Championship, the finals in this event. And on the ice first, the silver medalists from the U.S. Championships, Yves Chalom and Mathew Gates.
And the music they're skating to, all Latin rhythms.
Again, along with Dick Button. Remember that gold medalists will be crowned in this event. You can see that happen tomorrow night on a special edition of ABC's Wide World of Sports, beginning at 8 o'clock Eastern Time.
Well, this couple may not be crowned a gold medal, but look at how fast and lively and light they are. They have a wonderful turning ability.
This, of course, is the third portion of the ice dancing competition, the compulsory dances, then the original dance, and now the free dance. How does this differ, Dick?
Well, this is what is called the free dance, meaning that they are free to create a program within very restrictive rules, of course, but they are free to go anywhere on the ice and to, in any direction or in any order, and to choose the music themselves. In that sense, it's free. But there are 900 pages of rules limiting them against any such thing as overhead lifts or spins or pair throws or anything of that nature. Here the dancers must rely upon dancing. This music, Cherry Pink and Apple Blossom Way. And this, a mambo. Music, Cherry Pink and Apple Blossom White. Now, we finally get to a mambo.
This is the first trip to the World Championships for Chalom and Gates. Eve is from Beverly Hills, Michigan, 17 years of age, but Mathew, 21 years old, he is from England. He is not yet a U.S. citizen, and that means that this couple could not compete at the Olympic Games a year from now and represent the U.S.
Wonderfully fast and elegant kind of skating. They're really, their energy is terrific. They're sometimes too far apart, but so what? I mean, that's really beautiful, beautiful ice dancing.
Eve has been hearing impaired since she was 4 years old. You have to admire what she does on the ice. In 18th place, looking to move up, Yves Chalom and Mathew Gates of the U.S. We'll be back with more of the Free Dance Championship here in Lausanne in a moment.
Creates a good contrast to the otherwise very difficult turns.
Two sets of marks here. Technical merit, the first ones. And it ranges from 4.4 up to 4.9. In the second set for presentation, 4.4 up to 5.0 for Yves Chalom and Mathew Gates of the United States. On the ice right now in 14th place heading into the free dance, Tatiana, Navka, and Nikolai Morozov. They're from Belarus. Worth 50% of the overall score, and it lasts 4 minutes.
The music, Brazilian folk dancing, rather an unusual choice of music for the free dance. If you notice that the steps are very flowing and free. Very much in the Russian school of ice dancing. Big open steps, good technical base, very fast and flowing moves.
And even though Navka and Morozov are from Belarus, they now live and train in Simsbury, Connecticut. They spent some time in Lake Placid, New York as well. And they're coached by Alexander Zulin, world champion ice dancer himself.
One of the things that they sometimes have a little difficulty with is that much of their skating is parallel skating, like we're seeing right now. Matching side-by-side steps. That's considered to be an easier style of ice dancing and is less rewarded by the judges. Very interesting move. Not an easy one either. They certainly had very creative choreography, good fast footwork, original steps.
They were in 14th place heading into this free dance. Tatiana, Navka, and Nikolai Morozov of Belarus will have their scores when we return. And the presentation marks 4.9 up to 5.2 for Navka and Morozov.
Sur la glace, on the ice, Kateřina Mrázová Martin Šimeček, Czech Republic.
Their 6th trip to the World Championships, representing the Czech Republic, Kateřina Mrázová and Martin Šimeček. They finished 9th a year ago in Edmonton. I think it is hard to move places in the ice dancing competition. For 4 years in a row, this couple finished in 8th place. The last 2 years, they finished in 9th. Pretty consistent, but they'd like to be a little higher consistently.
You see, they're really a very, you know, sort of usual little sort of sloppiness right there in the way they came down on that. But they do skate very close together. That's a sign that they've been skating together for a very long period of time. Really look forward to is where both partners equally do the dancing. In these moves, somehow she seems to be the more complicated dancer. The more complicated steps are on her shoulders. The rules of this event is that the music must be danceable with a definite, clear beat. You certainly hear that in this composition. Notice also that he cannot raise his arms above his shoulders in lifting her into the air. That's one of the restrictions of ice dancing.
Some couples come awfully close to violating at times.
They come as close as they can possibly get. This ending sort of dragged out a little bit, not quite as I think quick and as impressive as it could have been.
Kateřina Mrázová and Martin Šimeček of the Czech Republic. The Free Dance Championship continuing here on ESPN when we return. We're back here in Lausanne, Switzerland. Kateřina Mrázová and Martin Šimeček of the Czech Republic awaiting their marks.
And look at this slow motion of what is really parallel skating, not face-to-face or in dance hold positions, which is what the judges are looking for. They are nevertheless very festive pair. Nice flowing, free-flowing edges, but a little bit far apart.
všichni. Pane doktore, děkuji moc.
Kateřina comes by her skating honestly. Her father was on the Czech hockey team that captured the bronze medal at the '72 Olympics. Technical merit marks. You see them there. And now the second set of marks for presentation, 4.7 up to 5.2 for Mrázová and Šimeček of the Czech Republic.
Sur la glace, on the ice, Kati, Winkler, René, Lohse, Germany.
Well, you heard Dick Button talk about how important it was in ice dancing to be together for a long time. This couple has been together since 1988, never had any other partners, Katie Winkler and René Lohse of Germany. They're in 13th place after the original dance.
Music, take 5 by Brubeck. One of the great pieces of dance music in ice skating in the last year. Torvill and Dean used it. Even Lu Chen in the singles used it in her short program.
These free dance championships, of course, you can see gold medalists crowned tomorrow night on a special edition of ABC's Wide World of Sports, beginning at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. See the top couples in the world of ice dancing.
One of the things this couple has going for them is that they're beautifully matched. Both a very, very good-looking couple on the ice. Little hydroblading. Music, in my book, really lends itself to ice dancing. The non-repetitive accents make it very difficult, though.
You watch Torvill and Dean, it's hard to tell, though. They make it look so easy. We saw them earlier this year.
This is one of many stops in the program. That's a question about how the judges will respond to that. But it's interesting here when the drums take over the melody that the dance continues as it does. Certainly an unusual bit of choreography. Different from so many of the other dancers.
They finished 13th at the World Championships a year ago. That's right where they are right now. The German national champions, Katie Winkler and René Lohse, will be back. Winkler and René Lohse, the German national champions after their championship free dance and their technical merit marks. I think they like them. How about you? What do you think?
Put it this way, they're in first place as of this at this point in the competition.
Yeah, among those that have skated already here in the championship free dance, Winkler and Lohse now move in the first place.
Sur la glace, on the ice, Sylwia, Nowak, Sebastian, Kolasinski, Poland.
Here's a couple that was ahead of Winkler and Lohse after the original dance. In 11th place, Sylwia Nowak and Sebastian Kolasinski of Poland. They finished 11th last year in Edmonton. Has won the national championship of Poland since 1992. They're still the reigning champions, and they captured a junior world title back in '94. Have competed on the senior world level since then.
You can also see very quickly that they are really secure ice dancers. Look at the edging here, very strong. I mean, there's a solidity about their skating. Incidentally, this is the same music that Moniotte and Lavanchy are using. It'll be interesting to see how the two compare.
Moniotte and Lavanchy of France in 4th place after the original dance.
This is very traditional ice dancing. Both the gypsy theme and the steps and choreography are very much in the traditional.
Remember, these are some of the earlier groups trying to break into the top 10 in this championship free dance. The leaders like Oksana Grishuk and Evgeny Platov, Krylova, Navsyanikov, and Shae-Lynn Born and Victor Kratz will go for the gold in this event. You can see that tomorrow night, 8 o'clock on ABC's Wide World.
One of the interesting things about this program is that you can see how they attack the dancing. There's nothing shy or laid back about them. They are not intimidated by speed or edges. They really conquer those elements of ice dancing with great ease. Well, a very aggressive team of ice dancers.
In 11th place heading into the free dance, Sylwia Nowak and Sebastian Kolasinski of Poland will have their marks, and then the final performance when we come back to Lausanne. The World Figure Skating Championships presented by MasterCard. Nowak and Kolasinski of Poland.
And Natalia Linichuk on their left. And look at this slow motion of their dance right there. She bangs into him, almost loses it, but doesn't at all, just keeps right up and going on. That's a little security.
You know, they fell in the warm-up a couple of times, which you just don't see in ice dancing.
Well, they didn't fall here. They just went right over that and kept on with it.
Yeah.
Very strong and aggressive pair.
And you're looking at the mark. Second set for presentation. 4.9 up to 5.4 for Nowak and Kolasinski of Poland.
Sur la glace, on the ice, Elizaveta Stekolnikova, Dmitri, Kazarlyga, Kazakhstan.
And we're getting set for the final couple that we will see here. Elizaveta Stekolnikova and Dmitri Kazarlyga of Kazakhstan.
Like this for a steady beat. Pretty easy to see with those steps as they go around the corner. Edges and deep lobes as they skate. I think that's part of the style of ice dancing that the judges are looking for. Very entertaining turning move. If you notice that this entire program is kind of almost a little bit in slow motion. It doesn't quite bang out the steps to equal each of the beats, and that's very pleasant quality. It's not an overwhelmingly difficult program, but it certainly is pleasant to watch. Some very interesting highlights that they incorporate into this dance. Well,
Heck of a way to end.
very playful in character, wasn't it? They're really stunning couple, both long-legged and look good on the ice.
5th trip to the World Championships. They finished 12th a year ago and 15th heading into this free dance, so a little disappointing for them, but I think they had fun.
Some
Smiles.
unusual moves along with it. And look at these sort of edges and turns that are very difficult. And this kind of move is one of the more unique accents that they included in the program.
How much balance it takes to do that, huh?
And very playful moves. Look at this. I mean, pretty zingy, eh?
Stekolnikova and Kazarlyga of Kazakhstan. They now live and train in Lake Placid, New York. So the final couple that we will see here on ESPN, livening things up here at the end. Technical merit marks range from 4.7 up to 5.1.
Rather a beautiful color combination, the purple along with the red hair, the lavender along with the red hair.
And the marks for presentation, Dick, 4.7 up to 5.1 for Elizaveta, Stekolnikova and Dmitri Kazarlyga of Kazakhstan.
Thank you. She has taken the World Championships by storm. She is 14 years old, weighs 75 pounds, a beautiful spinning top. Tonight, Tara Lipinski of the United States attempts to soar to the pinnacle of the figure skating world and become the youngest world champion ever. But the reigning world champion has designs on that title as well. Michelle Kwan epitomizes elegance on ice, but recently she's been melting under the Lipinski heat. She must compose herself for the year's most important skate. Nicole Bobek, her struggles have been many. Tonight comes her greatest challenge, skating despite the tragic death of her coach, the legendary Carlo Fassi, just 48 hours ago. 3 women, 3 distinct stories, but will tonight be remembered for the arrival of the Elfin Princes. When you think of winter sports, you think of Switzerland. Most of the charming villages are only minutes away from some of the finest skiing in the world. But it's the figure skaters who have arrived in Lausanne this week. From the Malay Ice Rink, welcome to the World Figure Skating Championships presented by MasterCard. Welcome, everybody. I'm Brett Musburger. If you were with us on Thursday evening for the men's free skate, you saw Elvis Stoico soar to his 3rd world title and become the first man to land a quadruple toe, triple toe combination at the World Championships. Stoico was exultant in victory, a celebration that reverberated clear across Canada. Tonight, it's the ladies' free skate, and we could once again witness history as Tara Lipinski could become the youngest world champion ever at the age of 14. Here are the standings after the short program. Lipinski is in the perfect position. She controls her own destiny. She wins the free skate. She captures the gold medal. Michelle Kwan, however, is in a very difficult spot, 4th after the short program. She will need help to retain her title. But remember, Stoico was in 4th place going into the men's free skate, and he struck gold. Their American teammate, Nicole Bobek, is in 8th, and she battles on despite the sudden death of her legendary coach, Carlo Fassi. We'll have the ladies free skate a little bit later, but we turn our attention first to ice dancing. The free dance is the 3rd and final phase of this lovely competition. And here were the standings after the original dance. Russian teams have dominated the dance, and Grishuk and Platov are in position for their 4th consecutive world title. U.S. national champions Elizabeth Punsalan and Jerod Swallow are in 6th place. Let's join my colleagues, Terry Gannon and Dick Button, as they called the competition last night.
Here at the World Figure Skating Championships presented by MasterCard, we are getting ready for the championship free dance. It is worth 50% of the skaters' overall scores, and it lasts 4 minutes. And getting us underway, the 4-time and reigning U.S. champions Elizabeth Punsalan and Jerod Swallow in 6th place after the original dance. If Liz and Jerod could stay there or move up, it would be their best finish ever at Worlds.
They have had extensive Latin ballroom training in the last year, working towards the effect of this dance. Very difficult move. If you notice, they're not allowed to separate. They're not allowed to lift each other above the level of the head. None of the high-flying spins or jumps that we see in single skating or pair skating.
And Dick, besides those restrictions, skaters have already skated in the compulsory dances and the original dance. How does this free dance differ?
The dance is that they're freer to use whatever steps they wish, whatever ballroom dance steps, in any direction that they want to go in. They don't have to stick to a particular pattern. They can use music of their own choice, provided it has a definite dance rhythm. What the judges are looking for is a dance ability between the two dancers. Closeness, changes of turns, a variety of steps, musical interpretation, a specific type of dance music that a couple can dance to. Not theatrical dancing, but social dancing. This lip only up to the level of his shoulders. Maybe a little higher. If he gets up higher than his head, that's a no-no. But look at the deep edges here. The little turns, the very complicated steps, the hand-to-hand positions. This kind of move, a highlight
Put
in the program.
in perspective how impressive their 6th place is right now. They finished 7th a year ago, but you have to remember that Sophie Moniotte and Pascal Lavanchy did not compete last year. They were injured. And many people expected Punsalan and Swallow to even drop to 8th place.
And look at the speed that they have here. The turning steps. They have a wonderful feel for the rhythm, the Latin rhythm of this dance. That almost goes beyond the edge of what the rules permit. But really, in a sense, who cares? It's really entertaining dancing.
The 4-time and reigning U.S. champions. Crowd loves them. Elizabeth Punsalan and Jerod Swallow will be back with their marks when we return. For the ice dancing competition, Elizabeth Punsalan and Jerod Swallow of the U.S. awaiting their marks.
And look at the speed that they have in this ice dance with these accents, these individual moves that are placed throughout the program to give highlights to it. And they certainly have an enormous amount of flair as this very last move in the program demonstrates. I mean, really, that's a gorgeous position. Wonderful ice coverage, intricate patterns, very attractive dancing.
Punsalan and Swallow making their 4th trip to the World Championships. They are a married couple. Became a couple on the ice back in 1989, won a national championship in 1991, very short time. They were their coaches, Igor Spielman and Elizabeth Coates. And they had a fall in the original dance, which makes their performance even more impressive, Dick, because it really didn't hurt them at all. That's how much the judges thought of them. In the march for technical merit.
And very good ones, I must say. And very consistent. Look at how tightly spaced they are.
5-6.
And the second set of marks will be for presentation. And those are very good as well. 5.6 up to 5.8, even better than the technical merit marks. So a good night for Punsalan and Swallow.
Sur la glace, on the ice, Sophie Moniotte, Pascal Lavanchy, France.
And here are Sophie Moniotte and Pascal Lavanchy of France. They were the bronze medalists in 1995, did not compete last year in Edmonton because of Sophie's broken ankle. There are a lot of French fans here to support them.
And what they're skating is a gypsy folk dance. This dance, very commercial in a sense, very popular. It's easy to understand. It's tailored for the audience.
And Pascal certainly used to success at the World Championships. A bronze in 95, a silver in 94. It was Sophie's broken ankle that kept them off the ice for 8 months last year.
But look at the speed that they have here. The very tricky turns. Very difficult. Very good speed. First 3 rules the judges look for are speed, speed, speed. Next and most important are the intricate and varied close dance holds. They certainly have energy and attack this dance with great strength. I think that will reflect well in their presentation mark, the second mark that we'll see. Very powerful dance, very strong.
And a big reaction from this French crowd. We're not far from the border. A lot of fans here to support them. Sophie Moniotte and Pascal Lavanchy in fourth place, hoping to stand on the podium. But remember, the top three dance teams are still to skate, including the reigning silver medalists, Krylova and Tatiana. They take the ice next when we return to Lausanne. Skating Championships presented by MasterCard. The championship free dance continuing. You hear the reaction from this partisan French crowd. The technical merit marks for Moniotte and Lavanchy.
And all very tightly spaced at that 5.7 level. Still room above for any other couple yet to come.
The second set of marks for presentation, and those are good enough to put them ahead of Punsalan and Swallow in the first place among those that have skated already tonight.
5-8. Sur la glace, on the ice, Anjelika, Krylova, Oleg Ovsyannikov, Russia.
They are the reigning silver medalists, and in second place to Grishuk Platov after the original dance, Anjelika, Krylova and Oleg Ovsyannikov of Russia.
The music, Masquerade Waltz, Kateřina. Remember, this is the story of a man who comes home from a waltz, finds his wife, and suspects his wife of being unfaithful. This is not a traditional waltz, more of a modern variation. Program of very grand style, bold strokes.
Anjelika and Oleg used to train with Grishuk and Platov and certainly have chased them for some time. With Yevgeny Platov's injury this year, they thought maybe this was their year to win Europeans and the World Championships. Still may be, but they've had to look over their shoulders at Shae-Lynn Bourne and Victor Kratz of Canada, who are in third place. And they will come up a little bit later on.
The motion and the movements here slide into slow motion against the beat of the music. that they exceed at is speed. They move with great flair across the ice. Tremendously different, difficult positions, something specifically that the judges are looking for. And of course, in the end, he kills her.
Poisons her with ice cream, more specifically. Krylova and Ovsyannikov in second place, trying to win gold here in Lausanne. We will be back with more of the World Figure Skating Championship presented by MasterCard after this message and a word from our ABC station. Anjelika Krylova and Oleg Ovsyannikov of Russia have never won a world title. It's in the hands of the judges right now.
And look at this slow motion. Look at the extensions that they get. And in this lift, note very carefully, she goes above his head, but his arms do not. One of the very intricate rules of ice dancing. A beautiful move.
When they left the ice, their reaction gave me the feeling that they feel like they skated this very, very well. Not as well as they could have. Now we get the reaction of the judges for technical merit.
And you can see that they're very high. There's only, remember, only 2 more skaters yet to come.
And for presentation, 5/8s and 5/9s, they are in first place at this point. However, on the ice next, their Russian world teammates, Oksana Grishuk and Yevgeny Platov. These two couples were once the best of friends. A lot has changed over the past year, both on and off the ice.
It's a little more than a year ago that these 4 ice dancers sought comfort and companionship in each other as they struggled with homesickness far from their native Russia. But just a year later, much has changed, and it is clear that the same common goal that brought these teams together is the one that separates them today. Their goal, to be the best ice dancers in the world.
I think it's nobody like to be all the time number 2, but for now I think we must just don't think about it, what we number 2, we number 1.
Last year, such confidence might have seemed surprising, since Anjelika and Oleg appeared almost comfortable with the idea of being second to Grishuk and Platov's first. And for both teams, remaining friends was as important as competing to win. But today, it's clear that training with different coaches in different cities has taken a toll on their friendship.
It's not possible be very good friend and be very close concurrents in the world and Olympics.
Because it's like big politics, you know. I
Yes,
think
it's
it's like same big politics, yeah.
You talk about friends, of course it's sad when you came here and you know, no friends. You should find some people who, you know, you will talk with. But this is not what we're looking for. We're looking for a new place to work.
No longer dependent on the other team, these skaters find companionship in one another as well as their coaches. But the distance has undoubtedly strengthened their rivalry. When Yevgeny and Oksana set out a number of competitions, Anjelika and Oleg easily won gold. They had hoped to continue their winning streak at the European Championships, but Grishuk and Platov's stunning performance, which earned a total of 12 perfect scores, laid those hopes to rest and left no question as to who was number 1. But despite the daunting competition, Anjelika and Oleg are no longer content to stand in anyone's shadow. And both teams agree that the future cannot be told.
I don't really have this feeling that anybody can beat us at Worlds, honestly. But you never know what happened because it's sport. Anything can be happen.
Grishuk and Platov trying to hold off the charge of the friends they used to be very close to, Krylova and Ovsyannikov. Here they are trying to win their 4th consecutive world championship.
The music, a cool wind is blowing. of the things that you want to look for in this dance is the extraordinarily difficult, intricate steps done with great speed and great security.
And they
This
received,
pair is a master of their technique.
and they received 6 perfect sixes, Dick, for this free dance at the European Championships.
Look at this lift. Ooh. Notice how close this is, how tight and deep those edges were. That's exactly what the judges are looking for.
They should win, they would become the first dance team to win 4 consecutive world titles since Kazarlyga and Bukin from 85 to 88.
Look at the depth of the technique here. Really extraordinary. They have the best speed, power, control, and balance of any of the ice dancers in this championship. One thing, even though the moves are fast, there's nothing frantic about this dance. Very controlled. Wonderfully, wonderfully difficult. The fact that they missed the music at the end will hurt them. I'm sure will prevent them from getting the row of sixes that they got at the European Championship. But you know, I've seen them skate this program many a time, and almost always they have missed the end by a fraction of a beat.
Oksana Grishuk and Yevgeny Platov of Russia. Born in Kratz, still to skate, and technically they do have a chance to win. Stay with us. Goes on following a powerful performance by Grishuk and Platov, the 3-time and reigning world champions.
But look at this moment in their program. Watch as he sets her down. Her skate catches in her skirt, but it doesn't even disrupt the flow. I would be surprised if the judges didn't even notice that.
Well, you have to wonder about perfect sixes. None here for technical merit.
No, but look at the 5.6 from the U.S. judge and a 5.7 from the Austrian judge. Those are pretty low.
The presentation, 2 sixes on the board, and those marks good enough to place Grishuk and Platov ahead of Krylova and Ovsyannikov at the top. But it is not over yet. Shae-Lynn Bourne and Victor Kratz of Canada, the reigning Canadian champions.
The music, High Society Overture.
As in the other disciplines, if you are in the top 3 heading into the final portion of the competition and you win this portion, you're the overall champion.
Now look at the difference with this couple from Grishuk and Platov. Look at the fast, intricate footwork, but long, sweeping, low edges. Very gentle kind of ice dance, as opposed to the power and the strength and the passion of Grishuk and Platov. Quite a different style of dancing. This hydroblading. Now look at the knees. Wonderful move.
Medalist a year ago in their home country, and if you think that upsets don't happen in the world of ice dancing, remember Grishuk and Platov themselves at the '94 Olympics.
And look at how much more of a popular, romantic, modern dance than the very ethnic dance of Grishuk and Platov. Wonderful movement. Beautiful depth, beautiful low, soft, supple knees. Here's a little hydroblading. There's a popularity about this dance that's going to be very impressively received by this audience. How do you like that?
Shae-Lynn's mother, Peggy Skipper, in the audience. Smile on her face. Why not?
I'll tell you, for the first time, I had felt that Grishuk and Platov were challenged by this dance.
Remember, Krylova and Ovsyannikov in second place. Shae-Lynn Bourne and Victor Kratz defeated them at the Champion Series final a couple of weeks ago. We'll have their marks when we come back. In Lausanne, Shae-Lynn Bourne and Victor Kratz following their championship free skate.
and really a very beautiful dance. But an example of one of the elements of ice dancing that they began is this hydroblading. Very unusual and very difficult move. Quite wonderful, isn't it?
Now they have challenged Krylova and Ovsyannikov, who are in second place. And you mentioned you don't think Grishuk and Platov have been pressured this much in a long, long time, Dick. They lead.
Well, I highly doubt that they will defeat Grishuk and Platov, but I certainly think that the program was not as difficult or as technically demanding by any means. You can see the marks are lower here in technical merit.
And they anxiously await the second set of marks, which will tell the story. For presentation, there they are.
It was just a very pleasant dance. It was really beautiful to watch, enjoyable. The difficulty, not as great.
And they come up short and end up in third place. So Grishuk and Platov continue to dominate in the world of ice dancing. For the second straight year, Krylova and Ovsyannikov capture the silver. Born and Kratz again the bronze. And Punsalan and Swallow, the best finish by an American couple since 1990. Right now, Leslie Visser is standing by with the Americans. Leslie?
Terry, it was their first standing ovation at the Worlds, and well-deserved. Great job by both of you. Liz, to you first. Maybe people in America don't understand what sixth place is. Why is that impressive?
Well, it was great for us this year because we were ahead of two teams that we hadn't beaten before at any championships, let alone Worlds, so it was a big movement for us.
And what did you come here wanting to emphasize? What did you want to prove at these Worlds?
Well, improvement from last year, which is harder to do every time you show up for Worlds, and also we just wanted to make a big impression.
Well, that you did. And Jerod, how do you think this sets you up for the Olympic Games?
It definitely shows the world that we're competitive in ice dancing. A United States couple in sixth place is great going into an Olympic year, and this is the confidence that you should have and that we now have, and it gives us a momentum, and it gives us a great shot at medals next year, I think.
Well, you have a lot of confidence and you have a lot of support. Congratulations to you. Back to you, Terry.
Well, Oksana Grishuk and Yevgeny Platov can't take it to the next level. There isn't one. They become the first dance team to win 4 consecutive world titles since '88 and the 7th to do it overall. They join Leslie now.
Terry, I don't think Carl Lewis could keep up with these guys. They are so fast and so powerful. Oksana, congratulations to you. What happened there with your skirt?
I don't know. I used to skate in pants for the practice, and this is a new dress for this competition, and it was, I guess, a little bit too long. But it doesn't bother me.
No, it didn't seem to bother many people. You've won so many medals. What is the challenge for you skating now?
We're looking forward to compete on next Olympic Games in '98 next year, so that was a lot of pressure for us. It's a very important competition here.
And what do you think you did well this evening?
Yeah, we did very well, and we're happy with that. And just one mistake, but because it's skirt, but it's okay. We didn't fail, and we skated really great tonight.
Yes, you did. Congratulations to you both. Back to you, Terry.
Leslie, up next, the championship ladies free skate with European champ Irina Slutskaya, 1995 U.S. champion Nicole Bobek, reigning world champion Michelle Kwan, and the leader after the short program, Tara Lipinski. That's after this message and a word from our ABC station.